Everywhere, I'm forever blowing bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air. United! How much would I love to be inside that stadium right now, but I am not there, of course. I'm at home watching the game, giving you the match day live. My name is Anton. Welcome back to West Ham Irons United. If you are watching, hit that thumbs up. Please hit that thumbs up. It helps push our show into the algorithm and lets everyone know that we're here doing what we do on a regular basis. Of course, if you're new around here, go and hit that subscribe button for me, please. That would be fantastic. Let's go and check out the team news, of course, and you will see... sorry, guys, give me 2 seconds. Sorry. You can see from the team news there that Fabianski starts in goal. Soufal is playing his first game of pre-season the week before our Premier League game. Diop and Dawson start. The game is too early for Ogbonna, who doesn't even make the bench. Creswell sits in at left back. Rice makes his first start. Didn't expect to see him at all, but he's starting and he's captaining the side today alongside the man himself, Hammer of the Year, Tommy Soucek. Pablo Fornals is playing also. Yarmolenko starts, which, yes, I know it's pre-season, but I was quite surprised with that inclusion. Ben Rama is playing, and at man number 9, Antonio up top. And obviously he'll be supported by Ben Rama, Yarmolenko and Fornals. We've got Areola on the bench, Martin, 2 goalkeepers, Fredericks, Johnson, Baptiste, Alves, Noble, Coventry, Bowen and Okoflex. So get your comments in and let me know your thoughts on the team news. We'll take a look at Atalanta's starting lineup. It will be Musso, the new goalkeeper that they did sign, Taloy, Palomino, Jem City, Mali, Derun, Fruller, Gossens, Miranchuk, Pasalic and Piccoli. And look at all their numbers, their squad numbers, 59, 88 and 99. So what do we know about Atalanta? Well, I'll tell you what, we've done a preview last night. Let's remind ourselves. So there's quite a lot of people in the chat. It looks like it's a little bit going to get a little bit out of control. So whilst we're at that, let me just sort something out if we can. Hopefully we'll have someone logging in from the stadium. We've got Stell at the stadium. Matt did decide to go. He went and got himself a cheeky ticket. So let me see if I can get what I'm trying to do, just in case we are... I can't get it. I'll do it in a second. So I'm good, Gary. Thank you very much. Hope you're. Oh God. Give me 2 seconds, guys. And we've taken a look at Atalanta, of course. So I want you, while we're there, before the game starts, I'm actually wanting you all to give me your predictions for the game. Get your predictions in the comment section just now. Get your predictions in the comments section just now. And what I'm actually trying to do is do something that we can actually show in a second. If you just give me one tick, and I'll do it for you there. What do you think of the starting lineup, though? I mean, Decker's coming back in, and was that a bit of a shock to your system? I mean, maybe he's come back ready to rock and roll and is fit, which is a potential good sign, of course, and means that hopefully he'll be ready for the Newcastle game when a lot of people did not think he would be. So where are we? Where are you? Where are you? There you are. Right, let me have a here. Give me 2 seconds. Right, if your name is Reese Peter, send yourself a little cheeky message into the group, mate. Send yourself a little cheeky group in there. So we are only a few minutes away from kickoff, and let me know your thoughts on the game. Like I said, big game today for Benny. 2 goals in his last 3 games for West Ham in pre-season. Really nice goals. He did score himself a cheeky hat-trick in the behind the closed doors game where the 11 of West Ham squad played the 11 of the other West Ham squad. And I did actually see all 3 of the goals, and he looked very, very, very good indeed. And he has looked good. Big season, big step-up season for him, of course, as well. Antonio, number 9, he's going to get backed up today by Yarmolenko. It's going to be really interesting, actually, that Yarmolenko's starting. I wonder where he'll be playing. Will he be up top supporting Antonio, or will he be out wide doing what he did for Ukraine as well? So key elements from the starting lineup is that, obviously, like I said, Augie does not start today, and he doesn't make the bench. So I wonder if there's an element of trying to save him. There is a concern, though. There is a concern that Augie potentially might not make the start of the season, but we'll have to wait and see if he'll be in contention for it. Bowen is not starting in the game either, but he did suffer a slight knock, hence the reason he didn't play in the last game. So maybe there's an element of bringing him into the team a bit slowly. So then maybe that's why Yarmolenko is starting. But it is good to see Sufal, signing of the season, Suchek, player hammer of the year, of course. Rice starting, Yarmolenko all getting their first bit of game time. Let's go and check the comments out and see what everyone else is saying. Here we are. Where are we? Go up as far as I can. There's so many comments that I don't really understand. Jordan, Toby doesn't have a stand a chance in here. Absolutely, he does not. Love West Ham from Algeria. Good man, thank you. We need to watch Ben Rama, not you. Cheers, mate. Nice to see you too. Thank you very much. Fair play to all these lads supporting Benny. Absolutely. Good, thanks, Anton. Thank you, Gary. What's your thoughts? Have you, again, like I said, if you're watching, please put your predictions in the chat, because I've not had a chance to actually jump through the chat to see everyone's predictions. I've not seen anyone's predictions yet. Meadow Texi, thank you very much for joining us. Hope you're well. Yep, we know you all love Ben Rama. That's very good. Keith Ahern is saying 2 each. A Desmond. Thunder and Joy is saying a Desmond also 2 each. Looks like we have a Ben Rama fan club here. Absolutely, mate. Gary Rutter is saying 2-1 West Ham. Reese, you're saying 3-1 West Ham. Pete Chapman, you're saying 3-1 West Ham. Jordan, a Desmond, 2 each. Toby is predicting he'll ban 100 plus people here today. Don't get me started, mate. Don't get me started. Sly Ray Yen is saying 3-2 to West Ham. Colin Churcher is saying 4-2 to West Ham. Miro Texi is saying 3-1 West Ham. Hammer Mulder, good to see you, mate. Hope you are well. Nice to see you. Howard Ailes is saying 5-3. Scott R is saying 5-1 West Ham. Leonardo Rota is saying Forza Atalanta. Listen, Leonardo, if you're watching and you are obviously Atalanta's fan, I was massively surprised on the amount of goals that you have scored over the last 3 seasons. You're sitting 3rd out of the whole of teams in Europe behind PSG and Man City, but you love scoring goals, which means you commit men forward. And this is why I'm looking forward to this game as such, to see is how we can actually cope defensively against a very, very, very attacking Atalanta side in preparation, of course, for the Premier League starting next week. Alan Hunter, 3-2 West Ham. Absolutely. Stephen Iron, hey guys, just got home. What's the team? Let me bring the team up for you again, mate, and so you can see it. Fabianski, Sufal, Diop, Dawson, Creswell, Rice, Suchek, Fornals, Yarmolenko, Benrahma, and Antonio. Lee Vassallo. 4-2, West Ham. Lee, what are we, mate? What are we? Let me know, please. Scott Art is saying, get the spanner ready, Toby. Absolutely. John Layton is saying 3-1 West Ham. Ian Lynch is saying 2-1 West Ham. Garino is saying, I predict Messi announced as a new signing 2 minutes before kickoff. 500k a week then does his hamstring. Very typical. Forged, yes, it is, mate. Absolutely. John Lally, afternoon, Anton. Thank you very much, mate. Good to see you. Finally, he's buzzing with life. Antonio Dugga Ronnie, match prediction: West Ham 4, Atalanta 1. Wow. Are you? Yeah, cool. Benrahma, lots of Benrahma love. Absolutely. Alberto Ronzani, Forza Atalanta. Garino, Reese, you have a spanner. Should get the BBC to update the medal table. Yes, please. Reese, you're in charge. I'm making a sandwich. Oh, mate, love it. Is Meepo, this is Equex, is Meepo Odbiku injured or something? He ain't on the bench either. I think, and we've said this plenty of times, Equex, that I think he'll head out on loan, probably. Actually, Michelet, you actually make a very valid point. Where is Lanzini on that bench? I don't think he is. Interesting. I wonder what, I don't know. I've not heard anything about why he would not be playing today. Nice to see us all talking to each other. Fate, Yarmolenko should be double striker with Antonio. Reese is a spanner. He is, mate. Areola to come on at halftime. I think he will. I think we'll see quite a few substitutions, especially the fact that Rice has only been back for a week, not even a week, and he's already starting a game. So I think we'll see quite a huge amount of substitutions as well. He played yesterday for the under-23s from Garino, related to Odebiku. I don't think Moyes rates Meepo that much. I agree with you as well. Okaflex played last night for the under-23s. But I think Odebiku is still so young, so he will go out on... I think he'll absolutely, no doubts, go out on loan. And the comment section has just jumped. It really is frustrating. Yozaka 00743 West Ham. Amstem 2-0 for West Ham, double from Benrahma. Where are we? Harry Lee is saying 3-2 West Ham. I'm assuming you mean 3-1 West Ham. I think Mark Vaughan, looking forward to seeing the new signings. Laugh out loud, 3-1 Hammers. Gary Gardiner, 3-1 to us. Michelet saying 2-1 West Ham. Charlie Webb saying 3-2. Why don't we Limelight 3-1 to us? Joseph Ong saying 3-2 West Ham. Park Tata saying it's hard for West Ham, I bet. You love Benrahma. We know you love Benrahma. Why don't we Limelight? Declan Rice. Club Benrahma here. Yeah. Okay. Free to Atlanta now. Scary that apart from Massa, that's our whole squad. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Alex Shepherd is saying 1-0 West Ham. You're saying West Ham 2-1. Top spin 1-2-3-1. 3-1 West Ham. Does this go to extra time with penalties if a draw? We're under an understanding that it goes straight to penalties, to be honest. You're saying Benrahma 3, Atlanta 0. Benny hat-trick. Messi to West Ham. 2-1 West Ham, Anton. Cheers, Tomo. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're well. Lee, we are massive, but really looking forward to this match, Anton. Let's have it. Cheers, Lee. Of course, I can always rely on you, mate. Momo, come on, West Ham. Absolutely. Oh, my word. So many comments. So we found out yesterday from the man himself that it's pronounced Tufal and not Sofal. So did I get that wrong? Because I caught a part of that where he was like saying it was Sofal, or was he addressing the fans who were saying it wrong. Interesting. Reece Cook saying Ben Raman Antonio 2-1. Announce Messi. My word, so many comments. So many comments. Let me just get this. Okay, I'll be back in 2 minutes. I'm just going to get the game set up, okay? And I'll start bringing you the rundown. And here we go. Atalanta have the ball in defence. Let's bring this. Be interesting to see how these some of these players perform, of course. There's my niece. She's live to 7. How many? Let me see. Oh, my niece and my mum, all coming in. They're live to 700 people watching live. Just give me 2 seconds, people. And we're back. Fabianski's on the ball, plays the ball out to Creswell on the left. Dawson passes the ball nicely across to Diop. Sufal has gone quite far up. West Ham, of course, win our new home strip. One minute 40 in. Declan Rice gets the ball. Sufal tries to keep the ball in play. Atalanta have got a throw in. Everyone, yep, you can see. There we go. Loads of people leaving the house. We are allowed to do that here as well, don't worry. Atlanta, the new keeper, Musso, was on the ball. Atalanta play the ball up the wing. Still got a hold of the ball. Oh, good play through. They've got 4 men on one. Good defender from West Ham. He's still through the number 99. Oh, the ball goes out. They do commit men forward. Atalanta, they do commit plenty of men forward. My word. I said last night on the preview as well, I was always wondering why West Ham, there's been times during the season, last season, where I was like, oh, I just wish we would go for it, because I wonder what would happen if we go for it. I know we would leave ourselves open at the back. However, sometimes just push yourself out there, and that seems to be what Atalanta do. They outscore what they concede. 80-odd goals they scored. Atlanta coming down the right-hand side. Ping the ball over wide, switch play. Good cross back into the box. Tries to shoot from distance. Goes well over the bar. It's good to see the fans in there. I'm intrigued to see what the final number of fans was today. Let's see where we're at with the comments. That's very particular. If anyone is intrigued to know how to watch it, there are some comments in that are correct. Michael Liverpool, you are correct. So, Michael Liverpool, you are correct. Anyway, Diop's been dispossessed. Atalanta coming down the left-hand side. Nice play there from Tommy Soucek. Yarmolenko loses the ball. Atalanta from distance, but 30 yards out, plays a nice ball, overlapping, but Fabianski should come clear, and it goes out for a West Ham goal kick. All Atalanta at the moment. Happy Hammerette, hope you're well if you're watching. If you're not watching and you're watching later on, hope you're well. Keep safe. Matt is at the game, Cyber Leader. He is at the game. It's good to hear the fans singing loud and proud. It's good behind the goals as well. It actually looks like there's quite a good amount actually there today. Wonder how the fans, the players will react to that. It's a good ball through for Yarmolenko, but he doesn't get to it. And Musso, the new keeper for Atalanta, come and collects the ball. What's your thoughts on Yarmolenko? Are you a fan? Do you think West Ham will sell him? I personally don't think we'll sell him. Atalanta play the ball out short on the right-hand side, picking the ball forwards. Throw in, quickly taken by West Ham. Antonio shrugs off the defender, but the defender keeps hold of the ball. They're trying to play it out slowly from the defence. It goes out again, but it's an Atalanta throw in. Atlanta play the ball forward, try to get behind the defenders. Diop plays the ball back nicely to Fabianski, plays a short one to Dawson. Head up, takes time on the ball, puts it out wide to Diop, puts a bit of pressure onto Diop, plays the ball back to Fabianski, who's got plenty of time on the ball. Pings the ball forward. Antonio. Atalanta on the ball, driving forward, tries to play the ball through. Soufal's there, plays the ball back to Fabianski. Oh, he's at the stadium. He coming right here. He is. Look, there you go, live from the stadium, everyone. Live from the stadium. You can't hear. That's fine. Anyone that's watching, there we go. West Ham on the attack. Corner to West Ham. There you go, everyone. Oh, he's Matt's there. Matt's there. Good man. Good man. Still, can you not hear me? No, I take it. Oh, he's typing. Can't hear or chat. We can hear you. So just talk.
Right, we're at the stadium. It's a bit more packed than we thought it would be, which is not bad. And yeah, nice little atmosphere. It is pretty hot. It's quite hot here. So yeah, all good. All good.
Hold on a minute. Thoughts on Rice starting?
Half time, okay.
There we go. So obviously Stell will be ahead. There's a little bit of the game. Obviously Matt's sitting beside him as well, which is pretty cool.
Chat later at half time because I can't hear you properly, all right?
It's fine. Get rid of Stell. There you go, he's gone. So there you go, a little bit from the stadium. Dalek, mate, you nail on the head. Where is it? There it is there. Nail on the head, mate. You just focus it on the game. That's what we want to see. Atalanta on the ball, in defence. I'd be intrigued to know, what would have been cool would have been how far they were ahead. That's what I would have liked to have known, actually. Do you know what? Epic. I really wish I had planned that beforehand to show you the clock. How did I do that? I'm on 9 minutes, literally just turned 9 minutes just now. Do you know what I'm going to keep doing? I'll put it in the chat. whenever it changes. So 9 minutes. Atalanta on the ball on the left-hand side. Plays the ball down the wing. Diop stands up to it. Soufal recovers. Yarmolenko. Back to Soufal. Nine minutes 30. Just hit 9 minutes 30 onto the clock. Nige, you in the house, mate? Nige, I thought you would have. You holding off? You holding off going to the game? Fornals plays a nice ball down the left-hand side up to Antonio. Cuts the ball into his right foot, drives forward, hits it too hard. And Atalanta come and clear the ball. 10 minutes now. Rain. Oh, brilliant. I'm 10 minutes in. So it seems to be that I'm reasonably ahead. Probably within reason. Fabianski's got the ball, pings the ball forward. Antonio tries to win the header, goes over a few Atalanta players, and there's a foul on the Atalanta defender, Fornals. It's a free kick to them. 10 minutes 30. Gary, hope you're well. Apparently there's upwards of 40,000, maybe. I think you're just in front of me, Nigel. Nigel, you want to come on? Just about to hit the 11 minutes mark. It's gone out for a West Ham goal kick. Yeah, I've noticed there's no commentary. David Moyes just focusing on the game, talking to his players. Let's see. No. 11 minutes, got the vibe of a preseason game. Yeah, I do agree with you. Actually, I do like the white shorts. Absolutely. I will. Don't worry, I'll do it, mate. I'll do it. Don't worry, I'll give you the commentary. Atalanta clear the ball forward. Big hoof ball up top. Dawson does well to clear. Declan Rice tries to get the ball, but Atalanta dispossess him. Play the ball back to the defence. Slowly coming out. Head up. Everyone's a bit static. Remember, they're a couple of weeks behind West Ham in their pre-season plans. West Ham are obviously kick off next week, and the Atalanta kick off the week after. Atalanta try to play the ball through. However, Creswell lets the ball run through to Fabianski, who's going to try and play it short. But Atalanta have committed men forward, got 4 men right on the 18-yard box. However, they have played it short because Deckers has come back to collect. Creswell, West Ham playing the ball out, trying to play the ball out nicely. Deckers has got the ball really deep, finds Fabianski. Takes time on the ball. Atalanta trying to close in on him. Hoofs the ball forward. Tries to find Antonio. Chests the ball down. Nice little touch to Souček, who does well. Nice ball think forward from Fornals. Tries to find Yarmolenko. He was in an offside position, but the Atalanta player defends really well. And Declan Rice wins the ball back. Craig Dawson. Fornals. Declan Rice just on the edge of the centre circle. Yarmolenko plays a nice ball back to Diop. Atalanta dispossess West Ham and start playing the ball out from back of defence. I'm on 13 minutes and 15 seconds. And Atalanta are on the attack. Slow progressive play from Atalanta. West Ham in the last couple of minutes had a bit more possession, I think. This game really will serve the purpose for the likes of Declan Rice, Yarmolenko, Soufal, Souček to get them up to speed in preparation for the Newcastle game. However, I don't doubt for a second that Soufal and Souček would have come back some form of decent fitness. I would fully expect Rice to be the same. Yarmolenko looks all right, actually, as well. That's me going into 14 minutes. Musso, the Atalanta keeper, plays the ball out to the defender. He's driving forwards. Tries to ping a ball over the top. Diop does well. However, it goes straight to an Atalanta player. Straight into the middle of the park. Plays it out wide and finds its way over to the right-hand side. Fornals tries to close down. Declan Rice trying to close the player down. Decker's covering a lot of ground there. Atalanta still progressively moving forwards. Finds a number 99. Nice bit of football there in the middle, but Diop does really well to dispossess him there. And then Soufal gives the ball away straight back to Atalanta. Souček gets a touch on the ball, tries to get another one, but it finds its way back to the Atalanta defender. And they drive forwards. Yarmolenko's on the ball. I've not seen much of Benrahma yet. Yarmolenko just in the halfway line, pings the ball, switches play over to Creswell, who drives forward on the left-hand side, stops, brings it back to Deckers, sitting deep. Souček on the edge of the centre circle, tries to play a ball through, but dispossessed again from Atalanta. They drive forward down the right-hand side, but Deckers has got that covered, keeps it in play. Gives us a bit more time on the ball. I'm 15 and a half minutes in. Dawson, Deckers is just really sitting deep there and playing the ball and trying to build from the back. He plays the ball straight through the centre circle to Antonio, who does well to hold off a lot of their players, but the referee has given a foul for a West Ham free kick just outside the centre circle in the West Ham half. So West Ham playing a lot of balls through the middle, which is quite nice to see as well. So there's less like over the tops all the time and trying to play the ball through the middle. I've not seen a lot of Benrahma yet, but I'm sure we'll come into it. He'll grow into the game. Diop finds Soufal, but he invites the foul on the Atlanta defender, and Soufal's down holding his right knee or calf. Hopefully he's okay. 16 minutes in. West Ham free kick just inside our own half. Probably can hear that in the background. That is the rain. It is absolutely peeing it down outside, but not in London, of course. Pings the ball forwards. Atalanta get him up, does well. Bit shaky there from Tommy Souček. Diop and Soufal, you know, Diop's playing a lot of balls into Soufal, and Soufal is committing himself. I don't know if Diop's balls are putting Soufal under a lot of pressure. He's been knocked over quite a few times though so far. Anyway, it's a West Ham free kick. Fabianski collects the ball, plays it out wide to Dawson. But again, back to Fabianski. Just slow, progressive play from the back. Fabianski's on the ball. Finds Declan's come back deep to collect the ball to try and start the progressive move forward. Benrahma tried some trickery there, but he is dispossessed. He's trying to win the ball back. He's sticking with the player. He puts enough pressure on. The player gets pinged in through there, and no player from Atalanta was there to attack. It's a bit of a shame, a bit weak from Benny. He tried something, lost the ball. Russ is in the house. Hope you're well, mate. Atalanta on the attack, just working their way slowly again towards the West Ham goal. Back on the halfway line. They're just keeping the ball on the halfway line with their central defenders. West Ham sitting off them quite a bit, sitting quite deep, inviting the play a little bit, but then as soon as they get past a certain point, they start to close down. Yarmolenko trying to defend, but Atalanta still on the ball, keeping possession here, not really getting anywhere. Back again on the halfway line for them. And Antonio's sitting off him, leaves the player go through, plays the ball straight through. But again, starts to work its way back to the halfway line. But they are driving forward again. Each player, pretty much from Atalanta, is taking 2 touches. 1 touch, then pass. Intrigued to see what he does here. 1 touch, pass, pass from Atalanta, pass, 1 touch, pass. Doing it again. He's on his 3rd touch, and he passes it on his 3rd. 1 touch, driving forward from Atalanta on the halfway line, keeping possession, plays the ball out wide, goes out for a West Ham throw-in. Is the game that boring that Russ joins in? It's not really exciting, is it? Not really exciting. It's definitely got that vibe of pre-season all about it. Let me put... Oh no, I don't want to touch that. Anyway, Atalanta through on the ball inside the 18-yard box. Number 99's on the edge on the right-hand side. 2 West Ham players on him. Tried to win a goal kick. It goes out for a corner. Corner from Atalanta. Oh, Fabianski jumps at full stretch. It looks like he literally picks that ball out of air with his fingertips. I think if it was a centimetre higher, it would have gone over him. Declan Rice on the ball on the right-hand side. Plays the ball nicely through to Souček. Finds Antonio in the middle of the park. Tries to skip by the the Atalanta defence. But they've dispossessed him. They're on the attack down the right-hand side. Cut through the middle, skips by 1 player. Declan Rice covers really nicely. Creswell feeds into... Is that Antonio out on the left-hand side? Yeah, he's driving forward. Plays an outside kick. Oh, it's unlucky. He tries to find Benrahma with the outside of his right foot, but he just kicks the ball basically to the keeper. It was unlucky. Benrahma made a really nice run, though, to be fair. How are we playing? It's a kind of no real... exciting game, to be honest. It's got that vibe of a pre-season game. Atlanta look like a decent outfit. I think you've got to treat this game, it's the closest game to the Premier League season start, and it's probably the closest team to the starting lineup we're going to see, subject to another couple of players. However, hopefully the game lightens up a little bit. No one's had a chance at goal yet, really. No real intensity, you're right. Yarmolenko tries to dispossess, but it goes straight to the Atalanta team. So I would say Atalanta have a lot of the possession just now. West Ham inviting a little bit of pressure. Once it comes over the halfway line, they start then applying the pressure on. So there's not a high line as much as we were playing, say, with the likes of like Lingard in the team or something like that. But we're still putting the pressure on to enough extent. Decker's coming out. Sun is shining over the London Stadium today. Certainly not shining where I am. Atalanta on the attack again. Down the left-hand side. Tries to big ball over the top. Player tries to control it. Goes out for a West Ham goal kick. For anyone that is just joining us that wants to see the starting lineup, here it is for all your eyes to see. Fabianski in goal, Soufal, Diop, Dawson, Creswell playing a back 4. Rice, Souček in there protecting the middle of the park. Fornals out in the left, actually. Yarmolenko out in the right. Benrahma pretty much where he wants to be through the middle. Antonio up top alone. You'll see Fornals, probably Yarmolenko and Benrahma switching positions quite a lot. I seen that actually. I seen that Lingard was supposed to be suffering from COVID. Fabianski's changing his gloves. It's a West Ham goal kick. Still West Ham. We're still waiting on what's his name? Fabianski changing his gloves. I can see the chat room has calmed down quite a lot, guys, which is quite good. Lanzini's not even made the bench today, mate. Antonio wins that header, but the second ball goes to the Atalanta defender, although we have dispossessed them again. And we're on the attack down the left-hand side. Fornals plays in Benny through the middle, skips by one player, plays a nice 1-2 with shoots from distance, and the keeper saves. First attempt on goal from Benny. Nice interplay there between Benny, Fornals as well. Benny shoots from distance. So he skips by one player, takes a slight deflection off him, plays a nice little cheeky 1-2 with Fornals, I believe it was. Was it Fornals? Let me see here. Yeah, it was. Drives forward on his left foot, shoots from outside the 18-yard box. Bit weak. And Musso, the Atalanta keeper, because it was a poor shot. It was a poor shot. Should have done better. But, maybe Benny will, he'll grow into the game after that. His first real bit of something in the game. First bit of real bit of possession. And something happened. It took a bit of deflection, but... Yarmolenko's kind of dropped more. Oh, that's him. Yeah, he's definitely out on the right-hand side. Benny's through the middle. Fornals out on the left. Antonio up top. Decker's putting the pressure on. Souček putting the pressure on. Atalanta have played the ball back all the way back to the central defenders at halfway through their own half. Musso, good bit of pressure there from West Ham. Oh, the Musso nearly plays the ball to the player, but he hasn't, and Atalanta are still going through. Deckers has just fouled him on the halfway line. Deckers also has got the captain's armband on today. It's nice to see. Oh, nice bit of play there from Fornals. Good ball through to Yarmolenko, who's gone all the way over to the left-hand side. He's held up the play really, really well. Fornals again on the left-hand side. Oh, nice play to Yarmolenko on the left-hand side. Tries to cross it in low to Antonio, and Atalanta defender does really well. Really great interplay there between Fornals and Yarmolenko. We've got the ball back again. Finds to Creswell, pings the ball in. Atalanta defend and clear the ball from distance. Antonio comes back and he loses the ball because he has fouled the Atalanta, the player. Good bit of play there. Nice bit of interplay there between Yarmolenko and Fornals. Really good. Nice crossover play as well between Creswell. Overlapping runs, which is what we want to see. Getting forward. Declan driving forward. Fornals plays the ball into the halfway line. Antonio drops back deep. Plays the ball through to Benrahma, who's free on the left-hand side. He's going on. He plays a nice ball through the middle. Oh, the Atlanta keeper comes and collects the ball. Good thinking. Good bit of play. Nice vision from Benny. Tries to find, I think it was Yarmolenko through the middle. He drives forward onto the edge of the 18-yard box. It's nice. It's nice. He's getting better. He's getting better as the game goes on. Atalanta on the ball. Good play from Diop. Comes out, dispossesses the play, reads the ball really well, takes the ball off the player that gets fouled and wins West Ham a free kick. Yarmolenko out wide to Diop on the right-hand side, finds Soufal further forward, halfway line, gets dispossessed, but he gets fouled. So West Ham free kick on the halfway line. We are just about to hit the 30-minute mark. Declan Rice dispossesses the ball, but Atalanta have won a free kick for a foul on their player. You can see now the gaps in the stadium in the top tier. Opposition on the ball. Driving number 19, driving forward. A few players made a run, but the West Ham players marked them, stayed with them, forcing them to play the ball back onto the halfway line with the central defenders. Souček trying to put the pressure on, so is Rice. Again, Atalanta West Ham forcing them all the way back. Tries to play a long ball. Doesn't really suit their style of play because it finds straight onto a West Ham player. Deckers plays a nice 1-2 with Fornals. Fornals is driving forward. He's looking really up for this. He is. Fornals still driving forward. Plays a nice ball over to the right-hand side to Soufal. Whip that ball in. He does. Finds Antonio. Leaves it go. Ben Ram on the edge of the box. Shoots from distance. Oh, he hits the bar. What a chance. Oh, unbelievable. Deckers through the middle. He's going to shoot from distance. And it goes over the bar. What a chance from Ben Rama that hits the bar. Soufal plays a beautiful ball into the box. It looks like it's going to land on Antonio's head, and I think Ben Rama shouted it's his ball. The ball goes over. I just want to double check and see if he actually chests it before he then volleys it and hits and smashes the ball off the bar. That's the Benny we want to see. Here we go. Soufal over the top. Antonio leaves it, chests it, hits it on the volley, smashes it off it would have gone into the top corner, just the post, right in between the post and the yeah, he does. He must have shouted. Oh, unlucky, Benny. Unlucky, mate. He's grown into this game. He's absolutely grown into this game. West Ham starting to put the pressure now on the defence, starting to play a little bit of a high line. West Ham again pressing, really, really far up into the Atlanta half. But they're doing well, playing a nice bit of football, bringing the ball now halfway through the West Ham half. Although West Ham have kind of reset themselves again, marking all the players. Although it's a nice bit of play there from Atalanta on the right-hand side. Crosses in with his right foot, finds the player. Dawson heads the ball out for Atalanta. Is it a corner? Or did that go out? Did that miss completely everyone? Yeah, I think it did. Of course, the ball in with his right foot. I thought that took a touch. Maybe it took a touch off the Atalanta player. He got in front of Dawson, actually. It was like a glancing header, and it's gone out for a corner. Sorry, a goal kick, Fabianski. I don't mind the false number 9, to be honest. English Hardy, he is, mate. He is playing well. He's kind of grown into this game quite well. I'm surprised he's not given a foul there on against Antonio. Benny's got the ball in the middle of the park. Oh, it does. Oh my word! What a bit of play through the middle. He is up for this. Plays a nice ball through to Fornals. Nice ball through to Yarmolenko on inside the 18-yard box. Cuts the ball to his foot. Shoots. Oh, header. Oh, Musso saves. Benny is creating everything right now. Put the ball on to Benny. Cameras are focusing on Benny. And the fans are up and getting all on it. They are loving it. They are loving it. As am I. Fantastic play. Yarmolenko shot from distance. Hits the cleared from the Atalanta defender, and it bounces to Benny, actually, who tries to head the ball in. It was a weak header, but yeah, really liking to see that. Reece, I can't say we've been all over them. We've been on it's been all West Ham maybe in the last 10 minutes, but as a whole, I wouldn't say we've been all over them because I think they've actually started. It was just a kind of one of those games, wasn't it? So. Let me see here. West Ham on the attack again. Yeah. West Ham growing into the game in the last 10, 15 minutes. Thought they've actually played a bit well. Benrahma, again, last 10, 15 minutes, been a standout player. Taking a while to go into the game. Had a weak chance, but then after that, has been knocking at the door of the Atlanta goalkeeper. Souček dropped deep. Plays the ball to Deckers. Deckers plays the ball out wide. Finds Antonio on the left-hand side. Is he going to keep it in? He doesn't, unfortunately. Stay on your feet. That's it. Yep, probably quite a good analysis. Simple and sweet. Good defending there from Dawson. Diop. Benrahma through the middle of the park. Again, skipping by the players. No problem at all. He's literally skipped by 3 players and he's been fouled. Love it. People are going to really be up for what they're witnessing right now with Benny is, I don't want to get carried away here, but he's looking up for it there. He got a little bit lucky there with that last kind of ball that got through the players, but he took on 3 players there, got through and done really well and got fouled. But 30 yards out, West Ham free kick. Creswell steps over it. Benny's over it as well. I wonder if Benny steps away. We're on 30. Let me just tell you where I'm at. 38 minutes. Benny and Creswell about 30 yards out. Free kick. There we go. Creswell. Oh, goes for the top corner, but Musso saves it. Does well. Wasn't a dive. He actually positioned himself really well and collected it with his 2 hands. Unlucky from Cressy. Oh, nice free kick, to be fair. Lucky. Free kick to West Ham. Souček to Deckers. That way to Cressy. Declan back to Dawson. Got a bit frustrated at no movement, lack of movement there, but Fabianski's got the ball. Hold on a second. Really cool. I'll put it on for you if you want while I'm watching this. No, okay, then I'll turn it off. That's West Ham playing. Got a little bit quiet in the last couple of minutes. Atalanta trying to keep the ball. West Ham putting the pressure on again. It was my kid, mate. It was my son. Taking him to his first ever West Ham game next weekend. He's 5. He's also one of the lucky ones. He's actually physically been inside Upton Park, not for a game, but 7 weeks to go. I managed to cross in from Atlanta, and it goes for a corner. Yeah, when he was 7 weeks old, I was down for the last couple of games for Upton Park, and got a stadium tour and got to take Freddie into the stadium. No, it's not that anyone can't mention him. It's because you can't mention them, mate. Good catch from Fabianski from the corner. 40 minutes gone. Going into the 41st minute soon. Fabianski plays the ball out. Thanks Fornals wide. Plays the ball back to Cressy. Through the middle to Benny. Driving forward. Plays a nice ball through to Antonio centrally. He's got. I thought he was going. He tries to go through a brick wall of the Atalanta defence. Nice ball. Good pull to Sufal. Crosses in. Goes out for a West Ham corner. 41 minutes gone. West Ham 0, Atalanta 0. West Ham grown into the game. First 20 minutes was maybe more Atlanta, more possession. Nothing to write home about. They weren't over the top. Fantastic. So West Ham corner going into the 42nd minute soon. Corner, Yarmolenko, rubbish corner, can't beat the first man. Hits it low, wins it back. Don't know what he does. That's it, goes out there, going into the 42nd minute. We have a few people in the stadium today watching the game. Matt is at the game. Stel's at the game. They've already been on earlier in the stream. Atlanta. Yarmolenko's played all right. Good link-up play, really, between all of the midfielders. I've been more impressed with Fornals and Benrahma. And, Declan Rice and Souček just go under the radar. I mean, they've just stepped back into that role of what they did last season. It just shows how important they are. But Declan Rice has just skipped by one player, second player, come to the halfway line, just brought the ball forward about 40 yards with no effort at all. He's found the ball again. He's pass and move. So foul in through Yarmolenko. Nice movement from West Ham. Less staticness as well, which is what I like to see. Creswell, Yarmolenko in the middle of the park. Come all the way over from the right-hand side. There's a lot of... Atlanta look a little bit confused when West Ham attack. Benny in the middle of the park. Nice dink ball forward. It's unlucky. Tries to find Souček. 43 minutes in. West Ham 0. Atalanta 0. I don't think he's looked very poor. If I'm being honest with you, I don't think Yarmolenko has looked very poor. I think he's looked okay. I don't think he's looked over the top great, but I don't think he's looked crap. Anyway, Atalanta driving through, plays the ball through the middle. West Ham got many men back there. They look more static up top for a team. Oh, God, I don't want to say anything too soon, but he's coming through on the edge of the 18-yard box. Number 8 pings the ball in. Oh, Diop does well to get rid of it. Finds Benny. West Ham have got it again. Declan Rice. Oh, what an unbelievable tackle. What an unbelievable tackle from Deckers. Love it. Things you love to see. He's won a free kick for West Ham. The only way they really could get the ball off Declan there was to bring him down. Oh, nice interplay there between Benrahma and Antonio, but it's dispossessed. Atalanta driving forward, but well covered from Soufal. Out to Deckers, coming up to 45, coming up to half time, plays a nice ball through to Antonio, tries to skip the player. Benny plays into Antonio, shoots, goal! Antonio! Assist Benrahma, good goal from Antonio. Antonio. What a goal. Well played, West Ham. West Ham scored, come and see it. Look, hopefully you can get to see this next week. Let me just show you quickly. Look, let me show you. I know that everyone's watching as well, so you can say hi.
Hi.
Say, come on, you irons.
Hi, Darren.
Right, watch here now. Look, so Antonio does well to dispossess the player. Benrahma, look, nice dink in from 18 yards out. Nice little ball over the top of the defence. Let me see here again. Chest from Benny, dink over to Antonio, knees it down and slots it into the bottom right-hand side to make it 1-0 West Ham. Yeah, look. Chips it over. He gets the ball, scores, and it goes in the net. See how the net moves, and then he runs away celebrating. You'll see it now. Look. Chests it. Goes over to the player. Watch here now. Your chest. Over to the player, and look where the ball goes. In here. Goal! Like your goal this morning. That is it for half time. Everyone who's watching.
Daddy?
Yeah?
After you're done your football, can we clean the loft?
Maybe. Right, you go back up now to Mummy, good boy. West Ham 1, Atalanta 0 at half time. Get your comments in and let me know your thoughts. Maybe we're going to be joined by a few guests as well. It will be really, really good. Let me just see here. Okay, the new Freddie. Okay, the new. You can say that again, mate. Hi, Mini Anton. Hi, Freddie, mate. Yes, Anton's kids. Cool, isn't it? Super from Antonio. No, Lingard needed. Benrahma is a baller. Freddie. Antonio. G-string scores. Benny assisting. Antonio. This is our season in 3 words. Fingers crossed. Antonio. Adam. Right before halftime. Good time to get a goal as well. Still need another striker. We do, mate. We all know we need another striker, but we don't need to worry about it though. Let me see here. Goal. Everyone's commenting on the goal. Antonio, goal. Here we are. We're going to have... Oh, Matt should be coming to us live from the stadium. Half-time, Matt. Can you hear me?
Mate.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I've got headphones.
All right. Good, man. Excellent. So what's your thoughts then? Half-time, 1-0 West Ham?
I think we've done all right. I think we've looked solidly decent. Done bits going forward. Bit of luck for the goal. Antonio took it well. I tell you what, mate, it was really hot out here. I didn't think it shut it down about an hour before the game, and it was sweltering out here now.
Yeah. Listen, the situation is, what's the thoughts on Benny? I mean, we've been watching the game. Benrahma has taken about 10-15 minutes to warm up, but he has been brilliant, hasn't he?
He's been right. Every time we've attacked, it's gone brilliant.
Yeah.
He's running the game, mate.
Yeah, they you know, it took. I think he had a weak chance in the first half. After that, he just really grew into the game. And like you said, Matt, we started playing the ball through Benny. His confidence is up. He hit the post. What a shot! What a chance! He's looking up for it. He's looking buzzing. This is hopefully going to be his year, isn't it?
It said it's the confidence. Maybe the fact that he knows he's going to start number 10.
Yeah.
You know, with Lingard not in his team now, the option's there for him to play there. It looks like he's trying to secure it.
Yeah. Matt, can you just show us around the stadium, please, for anyone watching?
Yes, mate.
There you go, everyone. Live from the London
That's what
Stadium
everyone
at
wants to see
half-time.
as well. There he is.
Oh, look, there he is. Look. Oh, there's Wiggy and Mark Window and Stelios.
Hello, how are you all? Welcome to the West Ham Lions United.
Don't worry, he's not in charge of the camera. He can't stop the stream.
No, that's fine. Listen, what's been your thoughts on Yarmolenko?
I've been surprised. He's actually played quite well.
Yeah.
And he actually seems to have done...
I want to welcome you to my new shirt.
Oh, no.
Oh, go on, Wiggy, let's see it. Look at that
The
shirt.
best shirt ever.
Matt, ask Wiggy, is he going to the Newcastle game next week?
Yes, he is. Yeah, he is.
All right, cool.
He's
Tell him I'll
going.
see him there. Tell him I'll see him there, and he can do one of those fan cams for us again if he wants.
If he's had enough points, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, mate.
I think Yarmolenko, he seems to have been actually picking up the positions that Antonio's left. Which, like when Antonio's been drifting out wide, it seems Yarmolenko's been drifting into the middle to pick up the positions he's left. So at least when he's out on the wing, there's still someone in the box.
Yeah.
He looks.
Yeah.
You know what? He looks like he's played well. To be fair to him,
I think the whole midfield has, mate, because the whole midfield has really performed well. Fornals has looked up for it. What do you think on Fornals?
you know what? I'd say I've noticed him, but that's because he just always performs, doesn't he? Fornals.
Yeah.
He's been at a very high standard, and yet again, I think he's kept that standard up. I think he really gives a solid base to Creswell on that left-hand side.
Yep. Defensively, you know, we've got Souček and Declan Rice back in the midfield again. You know, they kind of just go under the radar, really, but they've done the job they need to do today, haven't they, really? And what do you think about Declan Rice as such, you know, coming back, first game back, 1 week training? He looks ready to rock and roll.
He does. I was surprised he played. When you saw the team come out and he was starting, I was like, wow. But he looks... Maybe he's not having a lot of time off standing well. Maybe he doesn't need a lot of time off.
Yeah. Matt, for anyone that's watching who's going to be going to games, what was it like going into the stadium today? Give us a quick rundown on all the checks and all that sort of stuff.
Different. It was no different.
No different at all?
No. You know, everyone has the... you have your little wand in, you always get. That was it.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
And then you tap yourself in through the gate and that's you done.
That's the only difference at the moment. They're doing like electronic tickets. So you have to open up your email and scan the barcode off your phone.
Yeah.
Where you normally put your season ticket in. But there was no COVID checks. You'd have to sign no COVID passports.
Did that hold up the fan base walking into the stadium? Was there a bit of a delay at all from that?
When we got in, no, we walked in 10 minutes before kickoff, and no, we literally were straight in.
Yeah.
There was a few people that seemed to have problems with the scanning the ticket, but I think that's because they had more than one ticket.
Yeah.
I don't think the club really thought that through. Like people with kids seem to be struggling.
Matt, first time back in the stadium since what? 18 months, is it, mate? Is that for you? First time back? 18, 19 months?
Southampton season before last.
Yeah, how does it
feel?
feel?
The last game before lockdown, wasn't it? It felt strange, I'll be honest. Once we got in, it felt a bit like, you know, you missed it. But like even this morning, it felt a bit weird going up to Westfield, going up to Stratford. But no, I mean, it's not full. I reckon it's maybe just over half full.
Yeah.
There's more people than I thought there'd be.
But they seem to have compacted the fans in the lower tiers. To be honest, there's a few up in the top tiers, but mostly full in the kind of lower tiers, etc. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Lower tier.
So it's blatantly obvious. What have you thought of? What have you thought of Atalanta as such?
You can see they're missing a few players. They still look a very good team. They're very good on the ball. Look to get in behind a lot. I think our defence has done quite well dealing with those balls over the top. But they are missing their main two centre forwards, aren't they? So is that the difference? They've looked lively. They've tested us at times. I thought they might do more, but then again, they got players missing.
Yep.
So,
Matt, are you sitting in the lower tier that's just been squared off?
Yes.
What's it like? Can you just give us a little show again?
So, I don't know if you can see, guys, what you're looking at now. You can see it's flat all the way across.
Yeah.
It's It feels closer. I don't know if apparently it's not actually that much closer.
Right.
It definitely looks like you're a lot closer. I think maybe the gap at the top behind me is bigger.
Yeah.
But
No, good.
It does feel like a lot closer than it did before.
Yeah. Do you think then, after seeing this performance from the first half from Benny, that this is going to be Benny's season?
If he gets to play at number 10, yes.
He suits that number 10 role, doesn't he?
Absolutely. Fornals he's happy playing out on the wing. We've seen him play there. But the freedom that he's getting from playing in at number 10, he's definitely benefiting from it. You can see he's more confident and happy playing there.
Yeah. Excellent. Can you just do me one more kind of run round the stadium again, please, mate?
All right. We've got the players out doing training. They've just come out. West Ham are doing some new quiz
Can you just
half-time thing.
Matt, don't move it. Put it back on the pitch and just leave it still if you can. So obviously, if anyone who's watching, this is us live from the stadium at half-time. It's really cool that Matt is able to log in and give you guys this experience. Hopefully, you can get the vibe of what's going on there. You can see the weather, you can see the pitch, and it's nice to be back as well, of course. But yeah, Matt, cheers, mate. That's been an absolute. Been great having you on, and if you want, jump on at full time as well, mate. Okay.
Yes, mate.
Cheers, mate. Take it
Cheers,
easy.
mate.
Nige.
All right. I thought
How
I'd come
you
and
doing,
keep you company. You look like little boy lost there talking to yourself.
What do you think then? Half time, 1-0 West Ham. You know,
Well,
Betway
John
Cup.
Moxon's job's safe listening to you. Even though BBC Alba are looking to pick you up for the Island League, I believe.
You can join me. You can commentate on Partick Thistle, as we all know that's your second club.
I do like a bit of the old Patrick. Come on, the Jags. Season starts today.
There you go. See, Nigel knows more about Scottish football than I do. So, Nigel, half-time, mate, 1-0, Betway Cup. West Ham are up. We're on course to win our first ever Betway Cup. What do you think?
I think we'd won it before, haven't we?
Have we won it? Have we won it? No, have we? Have we?
I believe, yeah.
Who?
I mean,
Who was
I'm
it against?
I'm not
an
an aficionado on the Betway Cup, I must admit. It is one of the trophies that I sadly lack the knowledge. But I'm pretty
knowledge
sure,
and experience in.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that we have won it the once.
Right. What do you think then of the game in general? You know, last pre-season game. Do you give me your kind of overview? First half.
I mean, as you described it, we come into it mainly after about 20 odd minutes. And Ben Rama's obviously the pick of our players. He's linking up well with Fornals. He's played in Antonio for the goal at the end. So, I mean, in pre-season friendly, the main thing is just see us doing the right things, not so much concentrating on what the result is. We've kept them, we've restricted them to playing around the edge of the area. They got behind us, I think, once. That's about it. But Fabianski has dealt well with everything. The corners into the boxes, coming out and catching them and taking them. Declan's already shown he's on the game in the middle. Good tackles, cleaning up.
Were you surprised with Decker's inclusion today from the start, considering he's only been back since I think it's Tuesday? Or does that just show you the kind of modern professional that he is, that he's obviously stayed at some form of fitness after the Euros and when he's been away on holiday?
Yeah, well, I mean, if anything, if you look at it, he's probably had the least downtime out of most of the people there, because we've gone through and got to the final. So he would have been training everything regular till, when was the final? Middle of July?
Yeah.
So he probably only had, what did he have, 2-3 weeks off?
3 weeks off, I think it was, yeah.
I would imagine that normally modern day pros, even while they're on holiday and perhaps the paparazzi ain't looking, they're out running or doing a bit of training, keeping everything else busy. So it doesn't surprise me, especially considering we are starting next week against Newcastle, and Moyes is going to want to hit the ground running, have a good start. We'd struggle against Newcastle away generally, and he wants his best team that he can pick out there from the start, get them used to playing to each other.
I'll mute myself there as well. A few non-inclusions today. Lanzini is missing from the bench. I don't know if that's something to read into in terms of has he picked up a knock or anything like that. Bowen, obviously, we knew and heard last week that he had taken a knock and didn't start, so he started on the bench. But do you think coming into the second half we'll see changes? But because, through pre-season, we haven't saw drastic changes very quickly in the second half. Moyes doesn't seem to be doing it. It's gradual, and especially in the last couple of games, it's been really late and not many. So what do you expect in the second half?
To be honest, I've not paid attention to a lot of the pre-season friendlies. Even the Brentford game, I sat in a pub last week and tried to, and that it was on in the background, so I didn't really see much of the game. Or I see Ben Rama's goal, and I think they hit the post. I think that's all about. I didn't keep up with who was on, who was not. I'd like to see. It's Connor Coventry on. I'm not must admit,
He's on the
I've
bench.
not seen the bench. So I'd like to see the fact that Connor Coventry, realistically, I'd like to see him come on and play at least 20, 25 minutes.
Yeah.
See what we can do, because we are going to have to use the full squad this season. If you consider, I think we go straight into the third round of the League Cup because we've got the Europa League to deal with. So that, we're going to at that. So in the end of September, we're going to be in the Europa League. We're going to be in the Premier League, and we're going to be in the League Cup. We're going to need the likes of the Connor Coventrys, the Ben Johnsons, the squad youthful players to play their part. So I'd like to see like Johnson get a run out as well.
Yeah. How have you rated Yarmolenko? I think a lot of the fan base, depends on where you look, are all kind of split on his performance. I put a video out before the Euros started, and I stated that sometimes competitions, international competitions like the Euros or the World Cup, can sometimes regenerate a player. And he had a good tournament. There's no ifs or buts about it. He kind of died off a death at the end of the tournament, but he was definitely one of Ukraine's standout players. Do you think that's going to give him a confidence boost, and he's got a future at West Ham in particular this season?
Well, I think we need the wonders of Dr. Who to regenerate Yarmolenko, to be honest, from what I see. I just can't see it happening. He blows hot and cold for us. Perhaps if he could, since he joined us in his first season, he picked up an injury, and perhaps that's what's hampered him. I don't know if it's a psychological thing, playing club football as a side to international football. Or not generally, you do find a lot with players from Eastern European smaller nations that they have a lot more pride playing for their country than they do playing for their club. And perhaps the same with Yarmolenko. Plus, with Yarmolenko, he's striving, I think, to break Shevchenko's goal-scoring record.
Yeah, absolutely. But he's done all right. We can't deny. today in particular, he's done all right. I think I mentioned in that game, Benny's playing through the middle, but for now, Yarmolenko's kind of floating from right to left, and he's getting involved, and he's making nice runs. He's getting himself involved, he's getting himself about, and it's going to serve a purpose because he's going to need a bit of, competitive games before the season starts. But I think he's done all right, to be honest. I think he has. But as we've said, Souček, Rice stepped into the midfield, first preseason of the game, and they look like they've kept them levels of fitness up, and they look the part, really, don't they?
Yeah, they're comfortable in each other's shoes in a way, aren't they? That they will easily cover each other, allow one to go forward, one to sit, but they both do it so well. I think the one thing I'd love to see Declan do is get forward a bit more, because we've seen he can. With some of the goals that he scored, he's not scored many, but the long range shots he's put into the back of the goal, he has got a shot on him. And I think if he adds goals to his game, I say if he adds goals to the game, blimey, it's like it would attract a lot of the big people to come after him. Do we want that? Not really.
But for the benefit of the club, if he did contribute some more goals alongside Souček and elsewhere, where would that catapult? I get the point. I get that we're kind of in that between that rock and a hard place. It's what do we do with him? But
the thing is, there's a spotlight that we should all look at Aston Villa coming forward. They're selling Grealish, the best player, for 100 million. What do Villa do? Now they've brought in some good players. It looks like they've brought the likes of Danny Ings in. They brought Ashley Young back. It looks like they were doing business because they knew that Grealish was going to go. So for me, if we look at Aston Villa to see how they've done it, if they have a really better season, then you could argue that actually sacrificing Grealish was for the good of the club. Is that what West Ham's got to do? It's a dialect. I wouldn't want to make that decision. I wouldn't, because at the end of the day, I want to see us crack on. I want to see us achieve something more than we do. But at the sake of selling Declan Rice, it's a tough one, because we especially with Mark Noble retiring. We want Declan to pick up the baton and run with it as captain and leader of this club. As someone, I was at a show last night,
Alvin Martin.
Alvin Martin show, and I think they were talking about he could be, as big as Bobby Moore at this club if he stays.
If he stays, yeah, absolutely. Let's go on to defensively before the second half starts. Dawson, Diop, Creswell, Soufal in the back four. There's a lot of talk about centre halves coming into the club over the next few days, possibly. What do you think of Dawson and Diop, particularly today?
Diop is probably the one with the ball at his feet that's going to give the ball away more than Dawson. But we do prefer to have a ball playing central defender, and Dawson's not really that type of player. In the likes, as if you imagine years ago when we had Collins and Gabidon, Gabidon was the ball playing centre half. James Collins was the Avett, as I call it, centre half, who would throw his body on the line, just block the ball, and it was just an out and out defender's defender. So Diop, if he wants to be, it looks like he thinks he's comfortable on the ball and likes to play it out. He's just got to make sure, because that's where, if you do make a mistake, better teams are going to punish you. I think you said in the first half that Atalanta are a couple of weeks behind in their pre-seasons to what we are. That at the start of the game it didn't show, but I think you could see it as the first half progressed.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it took us a good solid 20 minutes to get involved in the game, etc. Are you back out? Are you back on the pitch?
No, I'm in my shed.
Because are the players back out on the pitch on what you're watching on?
I'm watching on his goals.
Yeah.
And
I've still got the half time.
I've got a thing that says half time.
Yeah, that's what I've got. Yeah, right, cool. I was just worried there, but I think it's kicked off, so it's a bit, it's a little bit slow in the uptake.
Oh right, yeah, I've refreshed the page and now the game's on.
Let's see if I refresh it as well. Oh my word! 3 minutes in, Nige. 3 minutes in.
We've done well.
Oh my word! Here we are. You want to stay on?
Yeah, I'll stay on. I'll keep you company because, as I said,
I'm boring everyone, is it?
You seemed a bit. I don't know what I've done here. Yeah, that's better.
I think I was lost at the fact that we had 700 to 800 to 900 people on at the start who were all Algerian, shouting for Ben Rama in the chat, and I was all a bit confused and I didn't know how to manage it.
Well, perhaps I didn't understand your twang. You're Scottish.
Honestly, it was wild at the start, right at the start.
Yeah.
What time are you on, Nige?
49:10.
Oh, I've skipped ahead of you.
Oh, have you? All right.
49:22.
Oh no, yeah, I'm about 10 seconds behind you then. I mean, Atlanta's got the ball in the middle. I mean, I ain't no John Watson. I don't know. I'll give him you stick.
Hold on a minute. What is it, Nige?
Yeah.
Hope you're enjoying this riveting.
It looks like there's a free kick now in the middle. Kufal's gone down, so West Ham's got a free kick on the edge of the area.
Yeah, we've got Decker's over the ball.
It's a bit too far out for Criswell, I think.
Really
So,
fuzzy, yeah. Soufal, yeah.
So, right, yeah. So it looks like Soufal. I'd imagine he'll try and hit the back post from here. Sue, we line up.
He can whip a ball in, can he?
Souček, hopefully line up back post. So they're delaying it now. Someone's running over.
Oh, he's gone for it, and keeper's got it.
Yeah. Well, he went for the centre spot, didn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, crowd-wise...
Oh, yeah, well for crowds, yeah.
I mean, the crowd-wise, I'm booking 30,000. There's 19,000 seats downstairs, and that's 3/4 full. But upstairs, from what I've seen, is empty. And apparently, the owners ain't there.
Yeah, according to...
read into that what you think.
Do you think there is something to read into that then, Nige? What do you think? I mean, there's a lot of pressure on it. I mean...
What do I think?
Well, we know. Well, I tell you what. Then, right, it's coming from someone who's been quite vocal from the start of Upton Park, and this is obviously this is a match day live about the Atalanta game, but we've not had you on for a while. So, first question I'm going to ask you then is PAI. What's your thoughts on the way they've conducted themselves?
Laughable. I mean, I alluded to the fact. I think it's like swapping Chippenfield for Jerry Cottles. I mean, at the end of the day, there's a company that's going to buy they're bidding £500 million, according to them, to buy a business. And they've got a Dunwell market trader from Romford telling the fans what's going on. Now, no, I'm not disrespecting Tom Skinner because the geezer's obviously a very successful businessman and knows what to do and how to do it. But, it's a whole different league for a £500 million football club to do that. You can take a look at the people that are behind the bid, their businesses and whatever, but then again, Golden Sullivan's business dealings weren't too clever when they were starting out. So there's stones to be thrown, but we have to bear that in mind that when a lot of business people move in that market, they've all got a bit of baggage. So
absolutely.
I'm not going to dig them out for that.
So not happy with the way that they've conducted themselves so far.
No.
With the statements that have been released from them, what would you have preferred to have seen from those statements?
Nothing. I'd have preferred to see them doing the business behind the scenes, keeping quiet. I'd like to have seen a professional PR company engaged. I'd like to have seen a statement on edited notepaper for a start.
Actually, when you messaged us saying that, it's funny. I didn't think you obviously dissect these things from top to bottom, inside out, and when you read this statement, you think to yourself, whatever. But then when you state, where's the headed paper? Where's the officialness of it? It just looks just a bit like someone's just quickly put something on.
And that's the thing. It's amateurish. Without going on is it going to be, is it all about, I mean, I do find it fanciful when the owners turn around and go, we're not selling it to them because it's all about the property for them. And I struggle to defend the owners on that because actually I maintain would they have bought West Ham if the Olympic Stadium hadn't been built like 2 miles away? I don't think they would have done. So they picked up a plan that they'd tried and failed with twice at Birmingham and executed it perfectly for them at West Ham United. So, in a way, they do have a duty of care, though, to sell West Ham because at the end of the day, I don't know if they screwed Birmingham City over or not. Carson Young had been on the board for a year before they sold it to him. But then again, the warning sign should have been there that he sat on the board for a year and couldn't afford to. It took him a year to get the money to buy the club. He tried to buy the club. It took him a year to do it. So I'd like to think that they would have a better duty of care. I don't buy in the 2023 thing about them waiting to sell it because when you look at if they're bidding $500 million, what they're going to lose is about 20-30 million between the pair of them. So.
Which is peanuts in consideration.
Well, when you look at it,
West Ham on the attack down the right hand side. Soufal coming into the 18-yard box. Just spotlight on Antonio from literally 4 yards out. but he can't get low enough to try and put it in the.
Do you think he should have cut that across earlier there?
Yeah, Sufal. I mean, he's got the ability to cut that ball across earlier.
For me, sometimes with the attacking player, if you look, Antonio seemed to position himself with the defenders sort of behind him, where if he'd have hung back more, allowed the defenders to come back, it would have given him space.
To be fair, though, typically your number 9 probably wouldn't have gone so low to try and head that in.
Yes.
I mean, if you think about it, your natural born goal scorer probably would have been 2 feet off the ground trying to volley that into the back of the net. So I'm not ripping into Antonio there, but that's just the sign of why, people do sometimes say we do need that out and out natural born striker up there. But listen, credit where credit's due. I think Antonio's playing well, fantastic, but it's a lot on his shoulders to rely on him solely for our season. And I know, boys,
undoubtedly we've got to get, even if it's another attacking midfielder.
Yeah. And that looks like what Moyes likes. That's the thing he seems to be, pushing for. When you start to look at our attacking midfielders, what he's done with Bowen, what he's doing with Benrahma, and what he's done with Fornals, and Arnautovic, and So,
I mean, is he still available?
I think there was a rumor he was going to go to Bologna, but I don't think that was a done deal. Do you think that's on the cards? I mean, you never know.
Listen, you
can't rule anything out.
If you can't get what we needed, actually, I think the transfer market needed the Grealish deal to go through because it starts the market flowing.
You're right.
The thing is, nobody was buying because nobody had replacements lined up. Yep. So a lot of the clubs now will only sell if they know they're bringing someone in. You need that deal to start the dominoes to start falling. Grealish goes. Villa start spending money. It now opens the door up. Other clubs, Southampton need to replace things, and then people start moving. Agents.
I think people are saying Arnautovic is done.
Is it? Yeah. All right. Well, that's a relief then, isn't it? At least
he is. He's done. He's done. He is done. Just quickly for anyone who's watching, Atalanta have made quite a few substitutions, and I think they've got their Colombian. One of their Colombian strikers is on. I've done a little preview last night with an American Atalanta fan, and after digging in a little bit deeper, Nige, they're in the top 3 in Europe for scoring goals in the last 3 seasons. They score goals with abundance, but we've stopped them so far.
Was he from Atlanta, the American fan?
No, North Carolina.
Oh, right, there you go.
In case we got it mixed up.
No, well, you probably got. I was wondering if
it was the NBA. It was an NBA preview.
Yeah. Did you have an Atlanta United fan on, and he was effervescent about how good they were? Everyone's sitting there thinking, not heard of these players.
No, genuinely, it was quite cool. His wife's Colombian, and since they've had the kind of Colombian connection with players, he started following them, and he admitted that he became quite passionate about it, and he's got a really good knowledge of the Italian football. He said he's always watched Italian. He said he was always looking for an Italian team anyway. Anyway, he came on and gave us the insight to it, and
when West Ham said we're going to get, when we was told we was going to get a Champions League team to open the season in the Betway Cup, I sort of felt sniggered. And then Atlanta was probably not one that, you would pick. But at the end of the day, they are in the Champions League. So they've obviously put together a good season. They've turned themselves around.
They've got... It sounds like, they've got one of the, again, doing a little bit of digging, and I don't know, but one of the top 10, I think they're in the top 10 for consistency of the best academies, not just in Europe, but in the world. So, shot from distance, it goes wide from Atalanta. But they know how to sell the best players and reinvest the money.
Well, they've just sold, is it Romero to Tottenham?
And the keeper.
Yeah, so that's right. So, it'll be. It is strange that they've finished in the Champions League positions in Italy, and this will be their first Champions League time in Champions League for a good few years, wouldn't it? If I'm right.
Yeah.
And they've possibly sold 2 of their best players.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show you that it's the same in any country. At the end of the day, Atalanta in Italy are probably equivalent to like West Ham in a way. You know, a decent team, but never really challenging for the title. Boxing about, they've had a good time, and it don't matter how good they are. Looks like they're going to have to sell their, you know, even their best players still want to leave despite getting Champions League football.
Yeah.
So, I mean, especially going to Spurs. I mean, why would, you know, a bloke, he's left Atalanta who are going to play Champions League football, and he's gone to Spurs.
Play the Europa League conference. Money talks.
There you go, isn't
it? Going back to the potential takeover thing, you know, I've spoke to you and asked you about how they've conducted themselves. You're not impressed. Do you think this has got arms and legs? Do you think this potential consortium could eventually be the West Ham owners?
Well, I mean, Sullivan's and the club. Sorry, I shouldn't say Sullivan. So the club say slip of the tongue now. It's all right. He's not watching anyway. So anyway,
that's from distance. Sorry, it just goes wide of the post.
Yeah, that was a weak time effort, even though it weren't that far from the bottom of the post.
The but is though the substitutions they've made have made a difference for their team immediately.
Yeah. The Colombians are getting the lines well, but anyway, back to PAI. So, you know, the club are saying they're not going to sell to them because they are. It's all about a property dealership. They'll probably leverage it against put the club more into debt than what it's in now to buy it. A part of me at first thought, you know, do I want this? No, I don't. But then there's a part of me that thinks, do you know what? The West Ham that I pay homage to is not the West Ham that's out there, is it? So actually, do I really care who owns the club? No, I don't. Sullivan is watching, but I am. There you go. Well, he's just had his art. He's just had his art sorted out, hasn't he? He's got a new little pacemaker put in, and his daughters are giving him his phone back. So it's good to see him up and about. But you know, so there's a part of me that would like. Obviously, there's a big part of me wants to see new ownership, but we don't want the type of ownership that's going to crash and burn. I recently was talking to a Liverpool fan, and I said to him, he said, "Look, what type of owner do you want?" I said, "Well, I want a Golden Sullivan type owner."
Just very quickly, sorry, Nigel. Now, just let you know, 4 substitutions getting made from West Ham just now. Declan Rice is coming off. It looks like Connor Coventry's coming on. It looks like Ben Johnson, Ryan Fredericks, and Jared Bowen are coming on. So Rice is coming off. Let me just see. And Noble's coming on as well. So 5 subs. Souček's coming off. Nobles is on. Antonio's coming off. On goes Bowen, Johnson, and Fredericks. Let's see who's coming off for them. Yarmolenko's off. I'm assuming Soufal will come off as well. Right, what do you want? I love it when you get that. I love it.
No,
when
it's a mate of mine who don't really do social media. He said it's just my luck. I try and find a link to watch the game, and I end up watching Nigel moaning about Golden Sullivan. So there you go.
Anyway, West Ham on the attack down the right hand side straight away with Fredericks. Pushes the ball back. Tries to cross in, but it's gone straight to the keeper. Right. Oh, sorry, Nige.
No, I mean, I was saying to this Liverpool fan that I want a Golden Sullivan type owner, but just not them. Yeah. At the end of the day, they run the club as a type shit. You know, we've done it to death. People have got their feelings about them and they're entrenched with it. You could try and explain to people why a lot of the things they're accused of are not true. People are never going to believe it, so I'll give up sort of trying to do that. You know, are we ever going to progress under Golden Sullivan to the level that they said we would? No, we won't. But then again, unless we do get, you know, if PAI Capital turn out to have, I mean, they're going to need to do what they've asked, to do what they've said they're going to do. They need a minimum of £1 billion, I reckon, before they've started strengthening the club. If they're going to pay £500 million to buy the football club, and then they want to get the park, and all the facilities in the park. They want to take on the stadium and everything else. And if they want to kick out athletics, that would have to be bought off. Everything. They're going to need near enough £1 billion. So they need more than £1 billion then to make West Ham where they want to make us.
Yep.
Look what Man City has been.
Which makes you look at the whole thing and think it's just not realistic, and it's
that's the
worry.
And then you go,
and you don't want it, because as fans, people have realised very quickly we made a mistake, we fell for it. Anyway, sorry, Atalanta go forward, and it's gone over the bar for a West Ham goal kick. We very quickly realised there was a mistake made. We all fell for the whatever, and it's done now. It's done and dusted. It's crap, but it is.
Well, the funny thing is, we've been here before, and people may not realise it, is that when the Icelandics bought the club, Kjell Jarabchin wanted to buy the club. Now, he was bankrolled by a Georgian businessman and a Russian businessman. Neither of them are alive now. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Or both in suspicious circumstances.
Oh, God, don't.
But they were going to, in a way, operated in the same murky world.
Sorry, I'm going to interrupt you there. Nice play from Fornals through to Bowen. Back flick to Ben Rama out wide. Fredericks on the right-hand side. Back to Ben Rama again. Cuts inside to Connor Coventry.
Build up on the edge of the box is quite nice here, but Atalanta have got quite a few people back.
Fornals has been dispossessed, although he's gone down. Don't know if.
Oh, yeah.
Bowen's won it back. Shoots from distance. It's been cleared. Sorry, Nigel. Over to you again,
shot. Mate. No. So we've still got the ball. We're playing it back now, but it's good to keep the possession now. And this is the thing. If you look at this, a lot of people were saying if we don't strengthen, relegation. We've seen it, isn't it? People on social media, they're worried whether we'll stay in the league. We've just come off the back with all of these players of our best season in the Premier League. Best season for points, goals, goal difference, everything. So I don't get why people think that even if we brought no one in, why we'd be looking to go down. I don't think we would. We'd still be good enough to finish top 12 with this team.
But then I suppose the concern is the amount of other competitive games that we have. And
you'd have to forsake probably, you'd have to probably, I don't know, with the Europa League. I'd like to think we could get into the knockout stages of the Europa League. This is our first ever time in the group stages ever. So,
but Nigel, I remember having you on the show before the start of last season, and we were dissecting the squad and what we could bring in and what we couldn't bring in. And you made the point, and it was a valid point about, if you actually think about what we need to bring in, is it so harmful if we don't, and can we make a go of the season? Now, in theory, that point was proven right. We made a go, and we've done all right for the season. But I don't think we can say it this season. I think we do need to have some recruits in, because the Europa League, I'm not dissecting and I'm not disappointed yet at the transfer window, but I would be worried come the end of the transfer window if we hadn't brought in another couple of bodies to help this team out, because this thin squad does need help. It will need help with the amount of competitive games. I know they've got a decent youth thing. It's not me, if a player can come in and add value, like the Areola deal, for me, the Areola deal was a no-brainer for me. It was thinking forward. He may come in and do something this season. We never know. But I do fear, a couple, 2 or 3 more players, not just quantity, but quality, which is what David Moyes is saying, which is probably adding up to why it's taking so long to get deals over the line. I'm
expecting the centre half to be done this week, and then the forward position. I personally, and I don't know this for sure, I think we're playing a waiting game on Jesse Lingard.
I agree with you.
If Man United don't play him, I think that it's almost like we're hoping Lingard will think he goes there, he don't get picked in the first few games, and then he starts to think, because I think Lingard wants to go to the World Cup. He's going to be 30 when the World Cup's on. This is his last shot at it.
Sorry, Fornals coming on the edge of the box. Pings the ball over to Ryan Fredericks on the edge. Bit static, cuts by one player, crosses it in. Atalanta kick it head it out for a corner. When we attack, Nige, right? Sorry, I'll go back to this game. We are a threat. I know it's pre-season, but we are a threat. Like there's not as much staticness as there used to be. That no one's standing still. People are making overlapping runs. People are,
It's good that we have a lot of, but the thing is, we have got a lot now. And the thing about this squad that is good is we do have a lot of forward-looking players. The likes of Ben Rama, the likes of Bowen, the likes of Fornals.
Noble plays a nice ball in there. Sorry to Bowen, and it's cleared. Sorry.
So like Lanzini, we've got a lot. We have got a lot of forward-thinking players. In regards to the squad, if we want to do well in Europe, we are going to need to bring in. I would think a couple of more attacking. Eder just goes over the bar. A couple more attacking players. Who's that? The ball's gone out. Oh, Dawson's down. So with the centre half that I believe, hopefully will come in, Milenkovic from Fiorentina seems pretty decent. And then we'll see. Then hopefully they turn their attentions to the attacking players. I'd like to think that they'll bring one more in, and then hopefully Lingard will come. I'm expecting Lingard at like 11:30 on August the 31st.
Deadline day. Yeah, I'm kind of in agreement with you as well. But we've actually got. Sorry, we're having a bit of a meltdown in the house here, as you can probably hear in the background. Dawson has landed really awkwardly from that.
I'm watching a rerun of it again. Yeah, it lands shoulders head first into the ground. You can watch him as he jumps. He jumps over the back of the bloke, and that tips him over. Straight away, he rolls over.
West Ham really need to hope that this is not like something like a dislocated shoulder, because it's like they're treating it possibly like that. I don't know. I'm a
safety first. I think
safety
because
first,
he
checking his
landed
neck and his head. Yeah.
More there. They have to do all these checks. Gone are the days when Rob Jenkins used to run on, squirt a bit of cold water and say, "Get up, you tart."
Yeah.
This
will really highlight though. This will, I know we've had to strengthen in defence for a while, but Ogbonna is not fit yet, not fit, ready to play. So it leaves us with Dawson, Diop, and that's really, is that it? Yeah, that is it. He's going to be fine. It looks like he's going to be fine, but
at a push, I don't know if Ben Johnson can play centre half at a push. I mean, if desperation times called, Declan Rice can play centre half.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
he's back up though. He looks like he's going to be fine.
I don't know the dealings with who did we let go in the summer? The general Balbuena. So because for me, I would have tried to have kept him, especially going into Europe, because it's almost like, if you think of the Lions rugby team, they have a midweek team that play the regionals. Then they pick the best players for the big games. In a way, we're going to need to have two teams, or at least a team and a half, constantly playing from September through to December, because we're going to have the European games and the Premier League games and, the League Cup. So it's almost as if you would want to change 5 or 6 players each time from the Premier League to the midweek team. So we have a midweek team and we have a Premier League team. He's a bit light on the players to be able to do that at the moment. But let's see where we are. As I always say, let's see where we are before we really melt down and kick up a fuss. August the 31st. So there's still a couple of them. We know that a lot can happen in them. Bring in a couple of loans. It could all change, and there's not a lot really happening in the game at the moment, people. So
no, there's really not.
Even though Ben Rama's on the ball now,
he's offside,
and there you go. Yeah, I mean, I hate, because certain news websites will write stories like this player's turned himself around like a new signing, but in a way, Ben Rama I think the goal against Brentford, sort of kick-started him, and he's looking good today. Last season was his first in the Premier League, and it was always going to be, a lot of foreign players come into the Premier League and struggle, especially skillful players. They have to adapt to the pace and the defensive capabilities that they're up against.
I want to just let everyone know the reason why there's not a huge amount of commentating going on is because we're literally going through this 10-minute phase of substitutions. So Atalanta made, I think, 3 or 4, followed by West Ham making about 4 or 5, followed by Atalanta are literally about to make another 4, I think, including their goalkeeper as well. So the game's just kind of died a little bit of a death, really, in the last 10, 15 minutes. So there's not really a huge amount to talk about in it. Sorry, Nige.
No, it's I mean, they've brought their keeper on. I don't know if he's better at saving penalties, just in case they score. Then it's straight to a penalty shootout, isn't it? But
yeah.
I mean, as I say, we've got to bring more people in. I think they will. And then, for me, even the first season in the Europa League, even if we don't get out of the group stage, if it means that the most important thing is finishing back in the Europa League next season. That's how you progress. It ain't about one season in the Europa League and finishing 13th and dropping out. It's about, let's play Europa League football 2-3 years running, and then the income that's generated from that, and the fact is that abroad the UEFA League tournament is looked upon favourably. A lot of players will look at us playing in Europe and think, well, I want a bit of that. So we may attract better players if you're constantly playing in that. Then, by hook or by crook, one year you might end up finishing in the top 4, or one year we might win it.
Could you imagine, Nige?
Yeah. Well, you say, could you imagine? I'll stop you there. West Ham's track record, well, not recently, but when we first started playing in Europe, West Ham's track record in Europe was bloody good, to be honest. But obviously the tournaments were smaller then.
Have we not broke a bit of a duck as well, though? Did you not give us a bit of a stat where historically West Ham get relegated? Is it what was the stat you said, every decade or something like that? I can't remember.
Well, no, so once every decade since the 1970s, once every decade, and only once in a decade, West Ham get relegated. Now, obviously, the decade changed in 2020, so we've got until 2029 to break that record. So, and the weird thing is that if you look, I think since the 50s, so since the 1950s, only the decade of the 1960s, have West Ham not been either promoted or relegated.
Yeah.
So, we had our relegation in the last decade pretty early, 2019. I mean, the longest unbroken spell in top flight football for West Ham is 20 years.
20 years.
That's
what
it.
Period? Yeah.
58 to 78. That's the longest unbroken spell of top flight football. So this is the 9th season. It's hard to imagine, really. I think this is the 9th season now.
Gone fast, isn't it?
So, there's still a long way to go. They've got another decade to go.
If you think about that, though, I mean, it's funny you said that's the 9th season in a row, but rewind back to that, Arsenal game just before restrictions were put in place and the world stopped. I mean, we're now, 18 months-ish after it, and now we're starting to see people back in. I mean, when's your first game back in? I know you've been in, but when's your first game back in this season?
So Leicester, I'll be at the Leicester game. The funny thing is that I didn't really fancy this game at all. So I weren't really bothered about going. And then about 1 o'clock, half one, I was leaving my mum's, and I was like thinking, do you know what? I might go to the game. And I said to Mrs, I might go to the game, and then I'll pop in and see her dad after. And but then the clouds, it just shut down with rain, and I looked up Stratford. I mean, I'm only 10 miles away from Stratford, and I looked it up, and it was like the weather was shockingly poor at Stratford. I've got a radar thing for the rain as well, and I'm thinking I ain't walking from the stadium.
I've got a radar for the rain. Nigel, there's going to be the weatherman next week. Can you give us a weather report next week, Nigel?
I can give you the weather. I've got a radar app on my thing for the rain, and I'm thinking, I ain't doing that walk, and it's shiting down with rain. And lo and behold, like the game kicks off and everybody's in the sunshine, and there's a bit of me that thinks, I'm at the end of the day, I think if there weren't a stream, I probably would have gone.
Yeah,
and that's laziness for me, to be fair. But it was just one of them where I weren't bothered about going, and then as today turned up, I thought, do you know what? I might quickly run down there. And that's how it used to be in the good old days when you used to make your mind up on Saturday whether you was going or not.
Yeah, well, I never really had that luxury.
Well, no, obviously. So, you could have gone to Green at Malton,
Nah. Well, I've kind of, I'm it's gonna be a different one for me this year. I've gone to Newcastle, which I'm looking forward to, and I'm bringing. I don't know if you heard, but I'm taking Freddie to his first game as well.
What you got to do is you got to teach Freddie to come home and say, "Mummy, mummy, mummy, I want to go every game."
Yeah.
And then you got to take him, haven't you? Because she can't say no to Freddie.
Just can't say no. So I need to plan his first. I need to plan his first home game. I was desperate to do it last season of before COVID restrictions kicked in. So I've been looking into Leicester, but what's happened through COVID is all the transport costs prices have been inflated dramatically. So when I used to be able to get a train for a really nice price is borderline double and a half.
Oh wow.
Yeah, gone up. So I'm just gonna have to revisit what's gonna happen. But then we've got the baby coming at the end of November. So it means I need to maximize as much games as I can before the baby comes. And then I think what's gonna happen for me this year is I'm gonna have to take the hit over the winter. I'll just take the hit this winter. I'll miss most of the games in November, December, probably a little bit of January, and I'll kick back in come February, which probably works out well for the Europa League games as well. So, and maybe I'll try and catch a lot of the away games. So I'm already looking into going to Leeds and stuff. So we'll see.
Yeah, another kid, blimey.
Yeah, did I not tell you that? No, sorry.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's one way to pay to go into football. For a lot of people, hormonal women, mate. I tell you, they're not listening. I hope, but
no, you're in here. You're in here, and they certainly won't be watching this stream anyway.
No,
I couldn't think of anything worse. For anyone that's wanting to know, Bowen is on the park. He's not done much. I mean, the game has died a death. Atalanta's made another substitution. It literally has been a half where I would call it's been all about the substitutions, really, hasn't it? So. We haven't brought on. Here's one for you. Have you been surprised that we've not seen Areola at all, or are you not surprised by that?
No, not really. I'd have thought he would have. Did he not come on?
Is he on? I made a mistake here.
I think I thought he'd come on. He's not. He may not have touched the ball, but double check. I thought he came on. I think it shows actually what they're thinking is that. Hopefully, he'll be in the cups.
Yeah, you did. Come on.
Yeah, I thought he did. I've broke it to you gently.
Oh, my word. Sorry.
See, BBC Alba is calling. So
apologies, everyone. I mean, I have been attention, but
I know it's harsh. If we was going into the cups with Randolph, Randolph's a lot like Adrian. Yeah, can be a fantastic keeper at times, but Jesus, there is a mistake in him. Yeah.
Yep.
Now, if you look, we've got Fabianski, who we can have in the Premier League, but in the cups, if we've got Areola, that's a great line of defence to start with straight away.
Yeah.
And it will give the players a lot of confidence having him behind them.
Yeah. Good. The way I look at it is, I said it earlier on to you, it's a good future forward-thinking signing, a signing that we would have, that fans have been crying out for, Anyway, Nigel, I want to kind of go back a bit to, we haven't kind of really finished the kind of pie, whatever you want to call them, pie in the sky. This GSP chat is so depressing. So just a couple of quick-fire questions then. You're not impressed with Pete Pye? Not impressed with him?
No, not quick fire answer. No.
Do you want them in charge of West Ham?
Quick fire answer. Not really. No.
Rio Ferdinand and Anton Ferdinand back in it. Thoughts?
Do you know what? When they said two ex-legends, you thinking, oh, here we go, Tony Cottee.
Yeah, that's what everyone was talking about. Wasn't it?
And you think, oh, Tony Cottee's tried to buy the club twice already.
Oh, Benny overlapping run, sorry, an 18-yard box.
No,
oh, crossing. Oh, no, keeper gets it. Sorry.
I mean, good work from Ben Rama, though. Who was that outside of him, 31?
Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson.
Nice overlapping run from him, yeah.
Nice connection between the two of them. So, back to Pye, Anton and Rio, when they say we approached Anton and Rio to get to know the ethos of the club, are they the two that spring to mind? If you're going to say what is the ethos of West Ham, are you going to go right to Anton and Rio?
Why don't you go to these two then?
Well, yeah. I mean, which maybe, but they both come through the academy. Yeah, and Anton probably did grow up a West Ham fan because Rio was there at a young age. So, but then the funny thing is that out of the two of them, Anton's the one that speaks more warmly of West Ham than Rio. So I sort of understand it in a way with Anton, but not, Rio is a stick to beat
Bowen on
with.
the attack, shoots from. Who was that? I don't know who that was. It shot from distance there. Oh, it was Benny.
Ben Rama.
Yeah,
just wide, a low bouncing shot. But I mean, he's got the bit between his the teeth now, Ben Rama, isn't he? He's looking.
He really suits that role though, behind the striker. You do feel sometimes that a player with his ability is a little bit wasted out on the wing. And people always talk about his time at Brentford and he cut inside, but
it's that earlier link up. They're just showing that earlier where he did the 2 step overs. The only thing I want to see is for all that creativity, I want to see goals being scored on the end of it, because it's no good being a fancy damn player, to coin a phrase, if there's no end product.
Yeah.
So I'm just watching Atalanta on the attack now, breaking on the edge of the area, playing the ball out wide. It's just on the edge of the D, slipped it through. They've blazed it over. Did you like that? How seamlessly I just fell in.
That was just very, very seamless.
Just thought I'd throw that in there.
Maybe it's because you've been watching me so long.
I picked up the tips, and wrote down how not to do it. So,
I think my favourite phrase is dispossessed. He's been dispossessed.
Dispossessed. Yeah,
I do say it a lot. I do say it a lot. It's a good word, though. It's a good word.
Not a bad word. Not a bad word. I do like to learn a word now and again. I mean, back to the change of ownership. The only thing is I was saying earlier about how we'd been through this before with Joe Buchanan, and the funny thing is that while that died a death, you say thankfully, yeah, it flushed out a genuine bidder in the Icelandics. Now, put aside everything that happened with the Icelandics, because when they bought the club in 2006, that was never going to be known. So there's that to it. But hopefully it's possible that the PAI could flash out some decent bidder. The thing that might interest a lot of people now is that what I want to know more is...
Sorry, Nige, he's on the attack. Ryan Fredericks down the right-hand side, cuts inside to 18-yard box. Oh, it's a goal, 2-0. And it's a deflected goal, I think.
Header. Who's the header? Ben Rama.
Was it Fornals or Benny? I need
Ben
to
Rama.
make that out again. But it was a good overlapping run from Fredericks out on the right, cuts inside to the left, cuts inside to the 18-yard box. We're going to see the replay now. I think they're giving it. Is it Benny? Yeah,
it was Ben Rama.
Frederick skips by the player, cuts inside the 18-yard box. Benny heads the ball, diving header into Fornals, takes a deflection off Fornals and goes in.
Fornals goal.
So it classifies as Fornal's goal. But
Is that an assist by Ben Rama?
Yeah, second assist of the day. So he's had 2 goals, 2 assists in his last 3 preseason games.
Which is a good sign, isn't it? I've got a lot, as I say, first game of the season, you never know with West Ham. Are we gonna catch someone cold, or are we gonna be the team that's caught cold? Newcastle away, generally I like to start with a bigger team first game of the season, purely with the fact is we're hoping that we might catch them cold, or if you lose it, well, generally we're going to lose to them anyway. Newcastle, though, I really fancy this for the Newcastle game to win.
And the referee has blown the whistle, and that is full time, Nige.
There you go.
West Ham win. Betway Cup. First bit of silverware for the season. Right, sorry, yeah, carry on. You fancy it? Newcastle game?
I fancy this to hit the ground running.
Is it helping the fact that it looks like Wilson and St. Maxim are going to be missed for that game?
If that turns out, Wilson obviously and the goals that he brings to Newcastle, you could say there's a player West Ham missed out on last season, but Sam Maximum, I mean, personally, I'd have liked to have tested the water with Newcastle with Sam Maximum for a bid, because there's a player that could slot into the Antonio role very easily. So if Moyes is looking to play a certain way, you're looking at players like that and Traore that would come in and play.
But how much is that budget? How much is he? I mean, Newcastle would not sell on the cheap for him, would they?
Well, Claret's and Hughes were claiming we had like 70 million. Weren't they? To spend, plus anything they could save by selling players. So what have we brought in for the players that we've sold so far? Not a lot.
Just trying to cover the cost, trying to survive.
Yeah, I think we raised a couple of million, didn't we, from the sale of Balbuena and Anderson?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, and that's the thing when I look at PAI. You think, do we want these, blah, blah, blah. The bloke ran QPR. The QPR didn't cover themselves. The people that ran QPR have not covered themselves in glory, and Beard was part of that. But then you think, well, hold up a minute. The people that run our club in the last 3 years have bought 2 players, nearly 40 million each, and have sold both of them for, like, I think a combined total of half the price.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, why have West Ham got a shortfall in the money? Perhaps there's one of the reasons why, because the de facto director of football in Dave Sullivan overpaid for players that didn't perform, and then we ended up selling them for a fraction of the price.
Nige, let's kind of go through the game very briefly. We won't do a long one, but West Ham putting out a reasonably strong, probably not a reasonably strong starting lineup, probably our strongest lineup we could put out today. The right decision to do that, especially with the fact that the season starts next week. Yeah,
I mean, you could argue the only change realistically you could argue is bowing for Yarmolenko, and then that becomes the strongest available team. Obviously, Ogbonna's got to come in, probably for Diop out of the pair of them. So, but I mean, at the end of the day, it was a good strong team to put out, and that's what you want to see, because at the end of the day, it's all about the first team gelling together.
Yeah,
to get ready for that Newcastle game next Sunday, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah,
next Sunday. First 20 minutes, both teams trying to get into it. Atalanta held more possession, but West Ham grew into the game, and it really kind of happened from the moment that Ben Rama had a really weak opportunity in the edge of the 18-yard box, and that really kind of kick-started West Ham in the second half, and we started to perform in the second half, especially Benny. What was your particular thoughts on the first half?
First half, you was more entertaining, but then again, we finished it off on a high, didn't we?
Yeah.
I mean, I went and made ice cream and banana when we hit the bar, and I only had your commentary to go on, and that sounded like a really great chance. Well, so I could just hear you going on, oh, he's in a bar.
Have you seen that back? Have you not seen that back?
I've not, and I'm scooping the ice cream and the banana into a bowl. Because that's how much
banana at lunchtime. Come on, Nige.
Well, that's how we roll down here.
What we did see there was Soufal at his best. overlapping run, collects the ball out on the edge of the 18-yard box on the right-hand side, pings that perfect ball into the box just at the back post. And fair play, Benny must have screamed at Antonio because it looked like it was landing right on Antonio's head. But there was a couple of Atalanta defenders there on him as well. And Antonio just left it. It bounced down to Benny, chested it, and volleyed it, smashed it, Nige, from about 12 yards out at an angle, hit the post. Good opportunity for him, and he was up for it. Then he was lively. He was buzzing about. The goal itself, though,
man of the match from Ben Rama, if we're calling it off from what I've seen.
Yeah,
I'm giving man of the match to Ben Rama. He seemed busy. I mean, the goal was Ben Rama slipped in Antonio. Antonio done well to hold the bloke off.
Yeah,
and it generally he will score when from the penalty spot, 6-yard box. If he's bearing down on goal, even with a defender next to him, if he's getting a clean contact on the ball's in the back of the net. And it was
a proper number 9 striker's goal as well, wasn't it? I mean, Benny chipped the ball in over the top from 18 yards out. I think he kneed it down first and then smashed it with his right foot into the bottom corner. No chance for the keeper.
I mean, Antonio's goal record for West Ham, especially since Moyes took over for the second time, he's up there with some of the best strikers we've had in the Premier League.
Yeah.
So, what's he need? 1 to equal Di Canio, 2 to overtake Di Canio?
Yep.
So,
I mean, equal with Noble, wasn't he?
Yeah, so him and Noble, I think, are sitting on 46. Di Canio's on 47. I think Antonio's played a few more games than Di Canio, but we may have to double check that. But, if you look at the fact is that Di Canio never played right back, Antonio did. In games. For most of his time, he was playing either out wide or all over the shop. And the funny thing is that Pellegrini played him up front, and I don't think he ever scored. I think he was up front for about 7 or 8 games, and he may have got 1 goal, but he got a lot of his goals by being out wide. And then Moyes turns up mainly in the second time Moyes has arrived, and turned him into a clinical finisher.
Yeah,
I mean, since lockdown, he's probably scored more goals than
most strikers out there. Really, I think maybe in the Premier League in particular, though, I think the only other Premier League player,
Harry Kane,
two or three Premier League players would be in the actual Harry Kane and probably Lingard himself. If you base it upon last season's stats. Second half, though, Nigel. I mean, listen, there was nothing really to write home about the second half. I think I made the point that I think in total there must have been borderline 17, 18 substitutions made in the second half, something like that, which just did make the game die a bit of a death, really, didn't it? However, West Ham did pop up and get a second goal. Again, coming from Benrahma, Ryan Fredericks found himself on the overlapping run, took on a player from Atalanta, got round him, came into the 18-yard box out on the right-hand side, crosses the ball in. Benny goes for a diving header, hits it off of Fornals, and it trickles in. Nigel, Benny through the middle, that's really his position, isn't it? And that's where we're going to get the best out of him. Is that going to be a detriment reason to why West Ham maybe won't look at another forward player, because maybe Moyes is becoming more warming to Benrahma? I know we spoke earlier on thinking that he's maybe playing the long game with Jesse Lingard, but is this his backup option?
No, I think he will go out and get a forward-thinking player, because as well we know that Antonio's a 25 to 30 game player. Now there's 38 games in the Premier League. You got the FA Cup, you got the League Cup, and now we've got the Europa Cup. How many games in the Europa Cup? Is it 10 minimum?
Europa League,
sorry.
I think we've got. I think it's. Is it not 6? Is it not 6 in the group? Then if you finish in third place, you drop down to the conference, the Europa Conference.
Right. Well, I mean, you add that up, and we're approaching like 45 minimum games, of which you're only expecting Antonio to play in
half,
60%. Yeah, if we're lucky, if we're going by his previous form. So therefore, he's got to go out and get someone else that can do that.
Yeah,
and then hopefully bring in Lingard.
Yeah.
Now, the form of Benny is going to be welcome, isn't it? At the end of the day, but is again with the Europa League. How many? It's good that we got, because as I say, we don't know what's going on with Lanzini. Is he going to stay? Is he going to go? So we got Lanzini there. Bowen, we know he will play. He blows hot and cold, but generally he links up well and he will chip in with goals. Now Ben Rama, who did well last season, but didn't really get any goals. If he can add goals to his game, another welcome thing, isn't it? And then you could keep Yarmolenko at the end of the day. I don't know if there's a pressure to sell, and I think that's the difference. I don't think Moyes has got a pressure to sell.
Yeah,
Yarmolenko's vastly experienced. Let's face it, he played Bundesliga football and I think Champions League football with
Champions
Dortmund.
League football, yeah.
So and look what he's done with Ukraine.
He's a ready-made kind of European style footballer who could maybe raise his game. That's what I'm saying. Europa League,
if you could have Yarmolenko playing Europa League football. And this is what goes back to the say is you model it where technically this season you almost want a cup team and a Premier League team. And with about 3 or 4, I mean, Declan Rice probably could play every game.
Yeah.
He's
got that. He's got that in his tank.
He's got that. Souček probably could play every game if you want to. It depends. We see who we get. You'd like to think, if we get some, a Norwegian, team or some, if we get drawn against a Scottish team, that we'd put the lesser players in, play Ben Johnson against them, play Fredericks against them, so there's options there.
Nigel, you excited about the draw?
What, the Europa League?
Yeah.
Yeah. As I say, this is the first time that we're in the Europa League.
Without having to qualify or...
Yeah, I mean,
group stages.
We've not had to done pre-qualification where we've struggled in the past.
Yeah.
So I think this is our 4th attempt in the UEFA Cup to do this. Off the top of my head, we were UEFA Cup obviously after the 2006 UEFA Cup final when we were knocked out to Palermo. I don't know if there was the league format. I think there was going to be the league format in 2006.
If we'd have got through,
if we'd have beat Palermo, we didn't get through then. And then we had the last season at the Bowling, the first the Olympic Stadium where we bombed.
Yep.
Astra Gurgu or whatever it was, bloody hell. And obviously back in 2000, I don't think it was the Europa League. I think it was straight knockout then, wasn't it? When we went through the Intertoto.
We then went to
beat Osijek.
Jokerit.
Yeah, so we did Jokerit, Herenveen, Metz in the Toto, and then we did Osijek in Croatia, and then we went to Bucharest in Romania, who knocked us out 2-0 in the rain in Romania. So, the funny, the UEFA Cup, actually, our record in it is not that great. So I'd like to see us give
ourselves a good account.
Well, look, if you look back to the late 2000s or the mid to late 2000s, Fulham and Middlesbrough both got to the final.
Yeah.
So why can't we do that?
Why can't we do it? Yeah, no, you're right, mate. You're right.
So if they can do it,
why can't we? Listen, we are going to be doing quite a few shows in preparation for the new season. So, Nigel, we would love to have you back on. I know you're a busy man, mate. I know you're a busy man. But everyone loves it when you come on, Nige. So please do. We'll do a season preview, whatever we want to call it. We'll talk about the players. We'll maybe go in a little bit more depth about the PAI thing because I'm assuming there'll be more things going arms and legs with that. Anything else you want to add, Nige?
No, normally with pre-season friendlies, it ain't about the result. But the good thing is the result's a bonus. And today we've seen we've got a lot to be pleased about. We've got another great performance. We've not conceded a goal, and we've got a few goals. And let's face it, Atalanta are a good Italian team. Yeah. So that's the type of team we should be looking at beating if we're thinking we're a top 7 or 8 team, and we've done it. So progression is still onwards.
Pre-season is done, Nige. We've won. We've gone through pre-season unbeaten. Is that a good omen?
I think I've seen. Didn't we go through unbeaten in 2011 and get relegated?
Avram Grant. But let's just hope that Moyes has different things in his locker, and I think things are very, very different in comparison to that particular.
Yeah,
season.
there's more to be happy about definitely than it was back then.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the end of the day.
Absolutely. Anyway, listen, thank you for watching. Thanks for joining us, Nigel. If you are new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Of course, if you are watching, hit that thumbs up as well. And maybe we'll come back later on if Stell's around and Matt's around and they want to talk about the game and what it was like being at the stadium and giving people a bit of a vibe about how you can enter the stadium. But according to Matt at halftime, he said it was very easy, very normal. And that's the way that he, the message he put across. Thanks for joining us. This has been West Ham United. Come on, you Irons.